Here's integrated 3. It's problem number 4-37. It says, suppose you have a 3x3 cube. It is painted on all 6 faces and then cut apart into 27 pieces, each a 1x1 cube. If one of the cubes is chosen at random, what is the probability that 3 sides are painted, 2 sides are painted, 1 side are painted, or no sides painted? So probability, if you remember, is favorable over total. That's why I put 27s on here. So this cube, if you have a 3x3 cube, it's made out of 27 little tiny cubes. See, because it's like, I don't know if you can imagine that. Each layer has 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, so what's the probability that 3 sides are painted? So I'm just going to find out how many of these cubes would have 3 sides painted and put it in the numerator, because that would be favorable over total. So 3 sides painted. So the ones with 3 sides painted are the ones that have 3 sides showing. So this cube right here has 3 sides showing because it's a corner. So this side will get paint, this side will get paint, and this side. It has 3 sides exposed. They're the only ones, the corners are the only ones that have 3 sides exposed. So I'm just going to grab well, I'm not going to grab them off, but I'm going to count the corners. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 8 out of 27 here. And you could find a percent, but you can leave it as a probability like this. Now, how many would have 2 sides painted if I just like spray painted this? How many of the little baby, and what we're talking about is the little baby cubes. There's 27 little baby cubes. So how many would have 2 sides painted? Well, the corners wouldn't, because the corners have 3. That middle one would only have 1 side painted, because all the other sides are covered up. So I'm thinking maybe just these edges would have 2 sides painted. So this one, this one, this one, this one, that's 4. I'm looking at it, and I see there's these little corners right here. Those would have 2 sides painted. So I had 4 from the top, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to turn it upside down now. Then it'll be 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it's 12. Okay, and then 1 side painted. How many, like if this would stay together for me, if I spray painted it, how many of these little individual cubes would just have 1 side painted? Well, all the edges and corners would have more than 1 side painted. The only one that would have, like on the top, the only one that would have 1 side painted is this middle one. And then if I keep flipping it over, that middle one, 3, 4, 5. There should be 6 because there's 6 faces. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's one on the bottom, 6. Because there's just these ones that are in the middle of each face. And then how many would have no sides painted? So are there any cubes that are in the middle, like in the very inner core of this little cube? Are there any that wouldn't get any paint on them? Well, this top layer would certainly, everything would get paint on it. But I think there's just this one right here in the very center. That's the only one that wouldn't get paint on it. Right, because that one will get paint. It's on the bottom. So I think there's just one. Is that all we have to ask? And that's it.